and he's always got a good commentary. What's up guys, my name is Akash Vaghela. I'm a coach, author and founder of R&T Fitness, the world's leading online body transformation company. In this brand new Road to the Ring series, I want to take you behind the scenes of everything that goes into my first ever Muay Thai fight. After over a decade of bodybuilding and my recent transition to a plant-based diet, this is way out of my comfort zone. My mission with this series is to inspire you to pick a big fitness goal outside of your comfort zone, apply ruthless consistency, go all in, and watch your life transform. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm 6 weeks out from my first Muay Thai fight and I'm wrapping up a 10-day retreat here at Tiger Muay Thai on the Soy in Phuket. Got a big session coming up with Crew Top where we're going to be drilling my kick, doing a lot of heavy pad work and also a little bit of sparring. So looking forward to diving in and showing you guys this journey that I've got on the road to my fight. Okay, so what a typical day's been like over here is typically start off with a 30-45 minute run in the morning. Then we head to either a group class or a one-to-one PT session. So with the group classes, there's a lot of fitness conditioning, a lot of drilling and partner work, which has been really useful because it's taught me how to work with different bodies, how to experience different fighting styles, which is a really key part of being fight ready. So that sort of sparring, that sort of drilling has been really useful. And then with the PT sessions, what I've been doing mostly is drilling my technique. So really optimizing how I can throw the best technique, because I know I've got the power there, but if the technique's not nailed, that power won't show. So that's what I've been using the one-to-one PT sessions. So it's typically been a run in the morning, a group or PT, and then in the afternoon a repeat group or PT, and then on my own I'll do some drilling, some pad work, stretching, extra cardio, yeah, so training 4 hours a day, 6 days a week, and absolutely love life. What I find is the more physically active I am, the stiller my mind is, the better I feel, and yeah, the momentum sort of carries itself. And as I come to the end of this 10-day stint in Phuket, I found that my fitness got better, my techniques got better, and I'm feeling more and more confident about what's coming up in the ring in 6 weeks' time. So when did this Muay Thai obsession begin? Before I go into that, I think it's good to sort of turn back the clock over 10 years ago to when I started first training. When I was 17 years old, skinny fat kid with boobs and a pot belly. And for me, I started training because I lacked self-confidence and self-esteem in day-to-day life. And when I transformed my body, it gave me a level of focus, control and confidence I'd never experienced before. And it was then that I discovered the power of the physical transformation to be a vehicle to do things you never thought was possible in life. For me, from there, I discovered my calling in life, and I decided to commit and go all in on helping others experience the same benefits that I experienced all those years ago. Over the next 10 years, I continued to improve my physique. I got into the best shape of my life multiple times, competed in bodybuilding multiple times, and got into a shredded condition where, for me, my standards of shredded is when I've got literally lines on my glutes. And I've done that multiple times, and I got to the point in 2022 where, after my Road to Vegan Shredded series, which you can check out as well on the YouTube channel, I felt like I'd accomplished everything I wanted to in my body. I felt really confident in my body. I felt like I'd achieved the body I'd wanted to all those years ago. And for me, it was now about evolving the journey, because I believe once you get into the best shape of your life, and once you then build your sweet spot, where you have a lifestyle solution that allows you to stay in shape year round, where you feel, look and perform your best, and this becomes effortless, becomes intuitive, you need to continue to evolve your journey. So for many of you, the goals may evolve, the goals may change to different sports, different activities. For me, for many years, it's been about getting stronger and bodybuilding. But after 2022, I wanted to try something different. And as the owner of a world-leading body transformation company, R&T Fitness, it's important for me, and it's a strong value of mine, to continue to be pushing the envelope, walking the walk, and showing what's possible if you dedicate and make a fitness goal a top priority of your life. For me, when I'm dialed in on a fitness goal, it applies a level of focus to my life in all areas that few other things can do. During my Road to Vegan Shredded, where I was doing cardio on the stepper for 14 weeks straight, the gym I'm at overlooks a boxing ring. 3 times a week, I was overlooking Muay Thai sessions happening. At the time, I didn't actually know what Muay Thai really was. I thought it was a boxing class or kickboxing. But I thought to myself, after this finishes, that could be a cool challenge. The other thing I was tossing up that against was potentially running a marathon. So I was tossing up between running and boxing. And I sat on that for about 6 months when I got towards the tail end of the year, and I picked up another niggle from traditional bodybuilding training, and I thought, right, now's the time to test something different. So signed up to what I thought was a boxing class, walked into the ring with my coach Samir at Gymbox Ealing, and actually discovered it was Muay Thai when he started throwing elbows, knees, kicks and all sorts. And literally overnight I became obsessed, addicted, and I knew at the time I found the next chapter of my fitness journey. Funnily enough, the timing of discovering Muay Thai timed very closely to discovering I was going to have a baby girl. So you can imagine, having the fighting skills for having a baby girl on the way. It was very much serendipity when it came about. So that was pretty cool. And then after pretty much 2 sessions, I floated the idea to my mate Abby about going to Phuket. I said, check this gym out called Tiger Muay Thai. What do you think about going? And this has been 2 sessions in, and he hadn't even done a Muay Thai session yet. He'd flirted with combat sports a couple of years ago, but had never done Muay Thai. And he said, yeah, let's do it. So we booked it for the end of January, and here we are. Here we are, 6 weeks out from our first fight as well, which really came from wanting to up the ante, raise the stakes, increase more accountability. But also, there's a big difference between just Muay Thai or boxing when you're doing it with a trainer or you're doing it in a class where really it's just some form of boxercise. When you go into sparring and you actually go into fighting, that's when you discover the true essence of the martial art element to this, and really discovering the difference between sport and combat sport. And what I've loved, when I think about what I really love about Muay Thai, it's that sense of discipline that bodybuilding used to give me. It's the sense of being in the void, because if someone's going to throw a punch at you or kick at you, you can't be focused on anything else. When you're in the learning phase of learning how to throw a kick, learning how to do all these new moves, you have to be completely dialed in. And for me, that 1 hour, 2 hours when I'm training Muay Thai has given me a similar feeling to having a really heavy bar on my back when I'm squatting, deadlifting, or similar. And it's that void state feeling that I just love, where it's just blank. There's nothing else in your mind, and you're just completely hyper present in the moment. And for me, I get that most through physical activity and hard physical activity, and Muay Thai has given me that in a way that I've not really discovered before. So that's been the thing, coupled with the fact it's learning a whole bunch of new skills in areas that I'm very, in my opinion, weak at, has given me an opportunity to improve those, find a different physical challenge to get better at, and pursue something and go all in on it.
Human hand with a heart. That's what Muay Thai is all about.
This Muay Thai journey is way out of my comfort zone, especially after having booked a fight. It's definitely instilled a level of that mild little sense of fear every single day, because it's definitely something it doesn't come naturally, being on my toes. I'm quite a heavy-footed guy, not that flexible in my hips, I don't enjoy running, which is a key part, or fitness is a key part of this. And I've been a low rep guy in the gym for many, many years. So this is very, very different to the things I'm typically stronger at. And I'm also not a natural fighter. So all these things combined have made this a challenge that I'm excited about, I'm nervous about, I'm a bit scared, but I'm also really, really pumped for. And in order to achieve this goal, I've had to make it a top 3 priority in my life. I always believe that you can only really have 3 priorities in your life. And for me, it's always been my wife, Channi, my business, RNT, and then some form of physical training. And for me, it's now Muay Thai. So those 3 are always competing for top spot, but you can only really have 3 priorities that you move forward in your life. And for me right now, this quarter, the first 3 months of the year, because I've got a fight on March 17th, Muay Thai is now sort of edging towards the top and consuming a lot of my thought process, my time and thinking, but it's not at the detriment to my relationship, it's not at the detriment to the business. And if anything, it's actually been, it's unleashed a new lease of life into my day-to-day that I've not really experienced in a while because of this newfound passion. Timing of this is also incredible, because I'm out here in Phuket without Channi and without my onboard child. The baby's due April 19th. So the fight is happening a month before the baby arrival, and I know from April my life is going to be very unpredictable, very different. So the timing of something as all in as this is perfect. Not to say that when there isn't a clearing in your diary, you can't do something like this, because I think if I relate this back to body transformation, if you want to make a change in your body, if you want to really transform where you're at and go to somewhere that you've not been to before physically, then it's your duty to make it a top 3 priority and find ways that help you link improvements in your physique to improvements in other areas of your life. So you've got to really make it a top 3 priority if you want to make drastic decisions. We see this drastic improvements, and we see this on a day-to-day basis at RNT, where busy, high-performing men and women all around the world, all walks of life and different backgrounds, are transforming their bodies and using that journey as a vehicle to then do things they never thought possible in their careers, relationships, mental health, and all aspects of life. Outside of Muay Thai, the beauty of it is you've got to bring in not just your strength and conditioning and your technique, but also fitness and flexibility. Fitness and flexibility are a huge part of it, and everyone I've pretty much spoken to, when I ask for advice on my first fight, they say just get really, really fit and focus on your flexibility. So I've been running 3-4 times a week, which again, is not something I'm really used to, and I've seen drastic improvements in my running. And a mindset shift I had was when I was told, again, by a few different people who said, instead of trying to set PRs on all your runs and personal records, just focus on staying at a conversational pace where you're just plodding along for 30 to 45 minutes and just get better and better at being able to have your heart rate up, but maintain a conversation, be able to think, be able to sort of throw punches, because that's what it's going to be like in a fight. When you're tired, your adrenaline's up, your heart's racing, you still want to be able to fight, throw punches. So I'm really getting, really putting a lot of focus on being as fit as possible, because that's the one thing I can still control. I can't control how good my opponent's going to be. I can't control what I'm going to be like technically, or how I'm going to respond to things, but I can control my fitness. And the goal in the next 6 weeks really is to get as fit as possible from a cardiovascular perspective, so I can withstand as much pressure on the night as possible.
My wife always says to me, the best prep I can do for Muay Thai fight is to dance with her every night for 10 minutes. I'm a bad dancer, maybe that's why.
Couple that with stretching 3, 4, 5, almost daily now, on opening up my hip flexors, my hip rotators, glutes, hamstrings, quads, etc. Because having seen quite a few Muay Thai fights here locally, the thing that I'm blown away by most is how flexible they are in their kicks and how agile they can be in their mobility. And I think this is going to be a really key part of being able to throw kicks, nail that technique, and let my power come through the technique. Because I know the sort of muscle mass and strength element is there. I just need to translate it now into the moves that are designed for Muay Thai.
Yeah, you see, better can hook the body. Up, boom, I'm step forward. I can load it. One more. Second time.
Okay, so I finished up with my session with Top at Tiger Muay Thai, and today was a really good learning about some real lessons from fight experience. You know, Top's done over 300 Muay Thai fights from my understanding, and what he's teaching me today was how to actually act in a fight. So being more relaxed, having more rhythm, knowing when to throw fakes, how to catch, how to block. These are all areas that I need to really work on. So I learned a lot from that, and I think I implemented a few things in the sparring, but I just need more and more practice of it. So yeah, 6 weeks to go.
Okay, so I've had a lot of questions asking me, what am I doing with my weight training? What am I doing with my nutrition, my body composition? How am I factoring this all around my Muay Thai work? Because Muay Thai can be quite all-consuming. When I'm in London, I typically train 1-to-1 Muay Thai twice a week, do one group class, and then I'll hit the bag a few times a week. I'll probably maintain some of that structure when I get back from Phuket. Obviously, Phuket's been very different, very immersive, 3-4 hours a day. But what I do in London is I've dropped my weight training from 4 days a week, which I've run for years and years and years, down to 2 days a week. So I'll do upper body one day, lower body the other day, and just reduce the training frequency down to once a week, with a real focus on just maintaining my lifts without trying to go for any strength gains. This is more from a muscle mass preservation perspective, strength perspective, and also because I love it. So I keep that going twice a week. My nutrition has stayed pretty much the same. I am eating a little bit more just to factor in the energy expenditure increase that I'm now doing, but not a huge amount, because I do want to drop a little bit of weight for my fight. I'm suddenly sitting around 78 kilos, which is my sweet spot, where I feel great, I look great, and I'm performing well cognitively and in my training. So I want to stay around 78, but I may drop to 77, 76, see how that feels and looks, because I think it can only be an advantage from a fitness perspective on the night. So I'll play around with that accordingly. But generally speaking, my nutrition is always around the sort of 2,500, 2,800 calorie mark, with hitting a minimum threshold of my protein intake, which is always kept around 150 grams a day, and then I'll mix up the carbs and fats accordingly to hit the calorie demands. The other thing that's been really cool is last year with my Road to Vegan Shredded, it was there to show that you can achieve the craziest extreme body composition on a vegan diet And what I've learned this year in my journey with Muay Thai so far in the last 3, 4, 5 months is that a vegan diet is also conducive to fitness goals, performance goals, strength goals, and really, so long as you're hitting your training intensity right, you're hitting your protein intake, and you're covering your multivitamins, your vitamins and minerals, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with eating a plant-based vegan diet. So that's been more and more myths I've been busting along the way. And if anyone is worried about losing their fitness gains or performance gains if on a more plant-based diet, you can rest assured that it's all good. Speaking of vitamins, I am taking a few supplements to help support my journey. So I'm taking multivitamin with a little bit extra B-vits. I am taking omega-3s from algae oil, so not fish oil. So it's a great brand called Vegetology. So I use algae oil from there. And then I'm using Optimum Nutrition's plant-based protein powder to help for convenience and to help keep my protein intake high, as well as their BCAAs, which I take during workouts, and their creatine, which I'll mix up into a shake to help support my training during the workouts.
Just a bit of salt here. Big shout out to Optimum Nutrition to help me fuel my performance for my first fight.
And then for the nutrition, cardio, flexibility advice, all the aspects outside of Muay Thai, I lean on the support of the expert coaching team we have at R&T Fitness. We make the right choices, set the game plan, and make sure that I'm staying on track with my body composition goals, as well as my performance goals, but also helping fuel that performance element to the journey. So big shout out to the R&T Fitness team. And in fact, as I've been in Phuket, we launched our brand new mobile app just for our members. It's exclusive to our members, and it acts as a companion to the R&T Pro web app that we launched at the end of 2021. So I'm excited to continue building on this app. It's an absolute game changer. It's going to take results to the next level, ultimately help transform more lives. So you can go check it out on the App Store. It's now out. We'll show some B-roll on the video here, so you guys can have a little look around and yeah, get started. Okay, so what's the difference between getting shredded and getting ready for a Muay Thai fight? So I've not yet competed in a Muay Thai fight, so this will obviously evolve as we go through the journey. But so far I would say, if you're getting shredded, so long as you hit your minimum weight training sessions and you get an ample amount of activity done, the real focus is on nutrition. Nutrition is a 24/7 endeavor. You're battling your hunger, you're battling your emotions, you're battling your stress management capabilities. Whereas with Muay Thai and getting ready for an extreme physical challenge, it's been more of a case of managing my energy, managing my recovery, managing my injuries. I've picked up a few niggles along the way already because of poor load management. It's making sure that, especially because of my personality where I always fall into the mindset of let me do more and more and more, it's focusing on optimization of the different variables involved as opposed to just throwing everything at it. So I would say training for Muay Thai is definitely more physically oriented, whereas getting shredded has a more diet focus. Both very different, both all consuming, both require a lot of structure, time management, discipline, and ruthless consistency. So the lessons I'll gain from them are probably going to be very similar to getting shredded, but the execution of it is of course very, very different. Okay guys, big thank you for watching episode 1 of The Road to the Ring. My fight's on March 17th and I'm excited to share this journey with you guys over the next couple of months. Make sure you stay tuned, get subscribed, turn notifications on. If you've got any questions, just drop me a DM on any social media platform. Stay tuned and let's go smash this.